Thank you, and welcome back to the Briefcase, where we talk all things business, investing, and real estate. Today, we're going to be going over 20 real estate vocabulary words, starting from BU. Let's get into it. Let's be honest, real estate doesn't just have a learning curve, it has a language barrier. You can understand money, markets, even negotiation, but the moment someone says something like bundle of rights or buy down, it suddenly feels like you missed a prerequisite course. So today, we're fixing that. This is a part of a very long series of vocabulary, and we're going hyper specific. These are 20 real estate terms, alphabetically, starting with BU, because if you can understand the language, you can understand the game. Let's get into it. Bundle of rights. This is one of the most important concepts in all of real estate. The bundle of rights refers to everything you legally control when you own property. That includes the right to use it, rent it, sell it, improve it, or do absolutely nothing with it. Think of it like owning a streaming account. You don't own the movies, but you control how they are used. Except here, it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Building code. Every property has to follow rules. A building code is basically a rule book for how structures must be built, for safety, durability, and yes, bureaucracy. Ignore it, and you're not just risking fines. You're risking lawsuits, failed inspections, and very expensive redos. Build-to-suit. This is where a property is constructed specifically for a tenant. Instead of leasing something existing, the tenant says, build it exactly how I want it. Think Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and major retailers. They don't adapt to buildings. Buildings adapt to them. Buyer's agent. This is the agent who represents the buyer, not the seller. Sounds obvious, but here's the key. Their job is to negotiate for you, protect your interests, and make sure you don't actually overpay for something that looked good on Zillow at 2 a.m. Buyer's market. A buyer's market means buyers have the advantage. More inventory, less competition, better deals. Sellers start negotiating, prices soften. In short, this is when patience gets rewarded. Buydown. A buydown is when someone, usually the seller or lender, pays up front to reduce your mortgage interest rate. Lower rate equals lower monthly payments. It's basically a financial shortcut to affordability, just not a free one. Bulk sale. This is when multiple properties are sold together as a package. Instead of buying one house, you're buying 10. Investors love this because it's faster, often cheaper per property, and easier to scale. Business district. This refers to areas zoned for commercial activity, retail, offices, even restaurants. Translation: places where money moves fast, and rent usually reflects that. Building permit. Before you renovate, expand, or even build, you need permission. A building permit is official approval from the city that your project meets regulations. Skip it, and your dream renovation can turn into a legal nightmare. Built-in equity. This is one of the most powerful wealth building concepts. Built-in equity happens when you buy a property below its market value. So the moment you purchase it, you've already made money. On paper, of course. It's like buying a $100 bill for like $80. Buy and hold. This is a simple strategy with powerful results. You buy a property and you don't sell it. You rent it. Let it appreciate. Let time do the heavy lifting. That's not flashy, but it's how most real estate wealth is actually built. Buy and flip. This is the opposite energy of buy and hold. You buy low, fix it up, and sell fast. This is where HGTV meets real life, but with tighter margins and way less background music. Building line. This is the boundary that determines how close you can build to the street or property edge. You don't fully control your land. The city always gets a say. Buyer qualification. Before a lender gives you money, they need to know you're not a financial liability. Buyer qualification looks at income, credit, and debit. Basically, can you handle the loan? Buyout clause. This is a clause that allows one party to exit a contract, usually by paying a fee. It's an escape hatch. Expensive, but sometimes necessary. Building inspection. Before closing a deal, someone checks the property's condition, structure, systems, and safety. Because what looks perfect in photos can be hiding $20,000 in problems behind drywall. Buyer incentives. These are perks offered to attract buyers. Think closing cost assistance, rate buydowns, upgrades. It's marketing, but with financial impact. Built up area. This refers to the total constructed space on a property, not just what you see, but everything that's been developed. It matters for valuation, taxes, and zoning. Business use property. This is property used specifically for business purposes, whether it's office, warehouses, or retail. These are different rules with different risks and, of course, different rewards. Buy-sell agreement. This is a legal agreement outlining what happens when ownership changes. Common in partnerships because when money's involved, clarity isn't optional. Here's the reality. Real estate isn't complicated because it's difficult. It's complicated because most people never learn the language. But once you do, you start seeing opportunities other people completely miss. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of most. And if you're serious about learning this game, stick around because we're just getting started.